Sooner or later, most people will have to inflate a tire. In most cases, this will be done at some place with an electric pump that can service both cars and bicycles. However, more modern bicycles now have special valves that cannot be serviced by pumps that normally service cars. This video will discuss the two basic valves used to inflate tires and how to inflate a bicycle tire with the more specialized valve. The reason I've chosen this topic for a video is because when shopping for a bike, it's naturally easy to look over the more visible aspects of an attractive new bike and overlook something as simple as a valve. I know this because this recently happened to me, and now I also own a special hand pump to fill my tires. Let's first review the valve with which we are all familiar with, the Schrader valve. The Schrader valve, which is also called an American valve, is used on virtually all motor vehicles around the world, as well as most bicycle tires. It has a valve stem and a threaded valve core with a spring, and it can also be removed. The specialized valve that is appearing more often on recently built bikes is called a Presta valve. A Presta valve is also called a French valve and is found on high-pressure tires like those used in the Tour de France. Increasingly, they are being used on mountain bikes with tires designed to hold higher pressures. The valve stem is considerably narrower than the Schrader valve. The valve core does not have a spring and is rarely removable. Using a Schrader valve typically involves pushing an air chuck onto a valve stem so that the electric pump can supply the tire with air. A Presta valve typically involves a hand pump, which locks onto the valve. Here's how to inflate a tire with a Presta valve. Check the side of the tire to find the correct pressure for the tire you are inflating, and then remove the valve cover. After removing the cover, you need to spin the top of the valve counterclockwise. A short burst of air may escape as it rises up. Don't be concerned. To be sure the Presta valve is ready, tap down on it and you should hear some air escape. Next, attach the hand pump to the valve by placing the connector over it and locking it into place by lifting the lever so it is in line with the valve stem. Inflate the tire by pumping smoothly while being careful not to use any jerking motions that may damage the stem. Watch the pump gauge to know when you have reached the correct pressure for the tire. Disconnect the pump from the tire by pulling the lever of the connector down so it unlocks from the stem. Next, spin the top of the valve stem clockwise so it sinks back into the valve completely. Replace the valve cover and you are now ready to roll.